So today we're going to have a quick look around the yard, pumpkins and all, and see what's happening in the month of February. G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. So you can see what happens after a couple of days with that vetiver grass. Like, it really is just a fabulous, oh there it is, completely, well, mostly trimmed. Geez, it grows back, look at it. Yeah, it's a great source of mulch, and as you know, I use it all over the place. It's really turned this garden around. This was the building site that you couldn't grow a stick in for love or money. Now it's just booming. The bananas, I call it a food forest now. Lentil tree or pigeon pea, bananas. My grape is back on. It's in the middle of the shot now. I'm going to have to cut Rosie's passion fruit away from it because the poor old grape gets out growing every bloody year. So we'll do a bit of pruning on the passion fruit. It's a guava tree. It's also out the front, a little further back than right out the front. It's fruiting quite well. None of them are ripe yet, and I got up yesterday and had a feel around. Now the other thing I've realised is this bloody pear tree, although it's doing extremely well, it's a subtropical pear. The pears never get soft. It's not particularly fruitful. I get usually one or two a year. And this is now, I think, the third year I've tested the pears. Now quite frankly, if I was, at the risk of being rude, they're crap. So I'm going to give that the axe and put something better in there. That's on the hit list, folks. So I got, I think, one mango in the end. We had a dry spell and it was right when the mangoes needed water. So they all fell off. Bar one, which was actually an extremely bloody good mango. And it was almost a kilo, 876 grams, I think, by memory. You can see that's galangal. Galangal, however you like to say it, Thai ginger. It's growing very well. I've never harvested it. I suppose Blake should at some stage. My normal turmeric, now bear in mind this is flowering, but bear in mind this is only the front patch on the footpath. The vast bulk of that got replanted in the backyard, and it's booming as well, so I shouldn't be buying turmeric for quite some time. I did throw a little bit in down the bottom here near where the lilies were, and that's going pretty well too. So, and my moringa is reaching for the stars. I'll have to give him a cut back soon. It's almost that time anyway, coming into winter. Not that you'd know, I'm still in shorts and a t-shirt. I come out the back door. The lime's going well, but not much fruit. The lemonade's fruiting away. It's a ripper in terms of production. There's a couple of more citrus in there, but you can see it's pretty empty. Now Rosie says she wants to put, there's Sam, it's a local water dragon. Rosie said she wants to put flowers in there, so I'm trying to avoid the temptation to plant it full of veggies. Sam's quite tame. Let's see how close she lets us get. I know she's off. I know it's a female because she doesn't have a big red chest that the males have. Now I have snuck in a few shallots that look like they're croaking anyway. Something's probably ate them. I also stuck in a little bit of garlic. If it all grows, it grows. If it dies, it dies, I figure. The volunteer pumpkin has produced us a nice pumpkin. Ros gets out and fertilises them by hand, which has really turned it round. We jokingly call that pumpkin sex. I've had a good I had got a beautiful big dragon fruit off the vine. That's the turmeric behind it. There's a bit of ginger I can see just way over there. There was a really, God, there's another bloody water dragon, look at that. There was a beautiful crop of potatoes, but they're gone. Something's eaten them or dug them up or something. I'll have to get up there. That's why the ladder's there. I'll get up there and have a look some stage, work out what the heck's happened. This is now the north side. This is our productive side because it's good for sun. Look at that basil, will you? It just keeps growing. I keep cutting the bloody thing back. It keeps growing and growing, but anyway, that's a good thing. These beds are empty too. Now we did really well with both tromboncinos and pumpkins. So we got, well gee, over 35 kilos of tromboncino, and in fact that's the vine hanging out that tree there. The last bit of vine we've left in. So this is all ready for the winter plant as well. And I'll sort of put thought to mind in the next couple of weeks or days and work out what do I want to put in as a winter crop this year, or 3. There's a few more shallots. One that got really wet, believe it or not, they nearly died out. I thought I'd lost them. And again, we're in transition over here. Oh, there's a bloody pawpaw sprung up again. Of all the volunteers, oh geez, I get a lot of pawpaws and I don't even eat them. But otherwise everything's going quite well. Just waiting for the transition, Andrew, and you haven't dealt with it, have you? Better get off your rear end, old son, and put a couple of hours in and get a bit of work done, and then sit back later and enjoy the bounties of your work. So that's our dragon fruit that we got. And you can see we've done quite well. Not with tomatoes, they're shot put, but we've done quite well with pumpkins, and we've still got that one on the vine. The quails certainly look ratty, the poor buggers, don't they? That'll slow down. Oh, that one's lost an eye too, I'd say. Jesus. In spring they just fight and carry on. As they get really badly wounded, I pull them out and isolate them in this bottom tank. But holy dooly, you know. They're certainly productive. Like, I'm getting over a dozen eggs a day out of these guys, easy. In fact, I can't keep up with eating quail eggs the way they're all going. Just to give you a look, that's today's collection. And there was that many yesterday. Now the chickens, on the other hand, are off the lay. So I don't know why they're off the lay when the quails are on the lay, but that's the way birds go. So just thinking about these animals, the birds, I suppose what it does tell me is oh, that's a quail call, one of the boys. So what it does tell me is I need to cull the excess males before winter, which is about now. So it's not a job I enjoy doing, but you can see why I do it. It's just too much damage by the end of spring if I don't manage the number of boys. So you can see we have put some silver beet in. That's probably a little early, and boy did it suffer today in the sun. So I've given it a water, we'll see how that bounces back. The other thing I did is I've put in some, that's walking onions, lettuce. Now they similarly suffered even though they're in a much shadier area. So we're on the dregs of the summer run. I'm just hoping if I can get in early and get them, nurse them through, we should end up with a pretty good crop. But we shall see. I've talked Rosie into snow peas too, which I'm looking very forward to them. And I'd like to put a couple of Madagascar beans. So continuing the theme of no organic waste needs to leave the property. Rosie did some trimming, so I'm going to mulch it all up with our little cheap Charlie mulcher. It's another big pile out the front. And throw it all on the garden somewhere. That was indeed the month of February, so hopefully you found that interesting, folks. Feel free to hit the subscribe button if you like this kind of stuff. And hit the notify button, and that way you'll get told when things are happening. Alright, you have a good one, eh? Hooroo.